Studio, powered by Scott Tree Services.
This is On the Move with MacEvoy. And now, here's your host, Carolyn MacEvoy.
Hi, welcome back. I'm happy to have Don Burzynski with me today. He's the Executive Director of Cross Life Ministries. Don, hello.
Hello, and thank you, Carolyn, for having me on.
You're welcome. So tell us, what do you do there at Cross Life Ministries?
Cross Life Ministries is a counseling center helping individuals, married couples, and families understand how to process the behavioral struggles that they face from a Christian identity perspective.
It sounds good to me, and you've been doing that a long time in Vero Beach.
I have. I first came to the ministry in 2000, so this is my 24th year.
Obviously, you're sticking with it.
Yes.
So what is the secret of the success, and how do you approach clients, we'll call them, that come to you?
Well, the secret of success is somebody bigger than myself. So I had to discover this message of Christ as life for myself. And this is kind of just the extension of helping other people learn how to function through the issues that they face, because we all have behavioral issues and problems. And the end result would be experiencing life as God intended.
And you're saying when someone gets referred to you and finds you, you mentioned something about 90-minute sessions of chat time, one-on-one.
Yes. My counseling sessions are 90-minute, which is kind of unheard of. So I really want to help people get into the issues and help them understand how Christ would have them to resolve the issues. And so this is more of a relational counseling rather than just giving you a bottle of pills or 3 steps. This is a way of you learning how to participate with God Himself to walk through the issues that you face.
And I like the part about the individuality, that you're preserving the integrity of the person. They're not conforming to a model.
No.
You're bringing out the best of them and their best life.
Yes, this is not a religious process. This is a Christian process, and there's a big difference between the two. So this is personally, intimately discovering the one who created you and designed you for His purposes so that you could experience life as God intended and know how to relate to others. I mean, unless we're loved and experience love, we don't know how to express that love.
No, it's fantastic. And I think the point of difference is that you're admitting Christ and you're using the Bible as a frame of reference or reference point.
Absolutely. That is the reference point for sure.
So where are you located?
We're located on 27th Avenue on the corner of Aviation Boulevard. So right over, those who are local in Vero Beach will know the airport kind of right in front of the Piper sign. They're on 27th and Aviation Boulevard.
Very good. And if they had to reach you by phone or your website?
The phone number is 772-563-0430. And we have a beautiful website, cross-life.org. And as I mentioned, you'll see on that website under resources, because there's all kinds of resources. There's a blog there. There's other resources. One of the resources that's available for the listening audience is my YouTube channel, which is entitled Life as God Intended. So back in 2018, after helping hundreds of people over the decades, I was encouraged, Don, you need to create videos. You need to get this message out there because it's been so life transforming. So in 2018, I started Life as God Intended YouTube channel. We now have about 4,500 subscribers.
Fantastic.
And I have over 450 videos.
That's great. And so basically we're in the world, all of us working, living in the world, and you're telling them, every day when they get up to sort of recharge, change it around a little bit in their mind and body before they get out the door.
Wouldn't it be nice if we could discover how to do our daily life relationally with someone who had our best interest at heart?
Sounds like a good plan to me.
And that person is God Himself. And He created you for His purposes so that you could experience the fullest life intended.
Now, your sessions are confidential, is that right?
Yes. And sometimes people ask me, what are some of your success stories? And I say, you know what? There's been hundreds of them, but I've got a good forgetter. And so besides the fact that it's confidential, I really can't recall them, but there's been many life-transformed lives.
It's fantastic. So you're keeping families together. You're keeping couples together.
I'm sharing the good news of what God wants to do in their lives, but that's a personal choice on their part. Because really, faith is really being receptive to what God wants. So it's really the receptivity of God's activity. So God's doing it, not me.
If you had to, and I know you probably don't want to do this, but, give us 4 or 5 life principles that guide you and the ministry.
Well, the first one is that I can't do it. I can't, only He can.
Right.
So all of us are going to come to points in our life, regardless of how well we've done, where we come to a point of desperation, kind of coming to the end of ourselves. And unless we hit that wall, we're not going to be open to hearing God and allowing Him to reveal Himself to us. And so that's one of the greatest principles, which is just coming to the end of yourself, recognizing I can't, only you can, and you didn't intend me to do this on my own.
Right. And what's another one?
Another one is to experience. In other words, I recently was sharing that so few people have felt the embrace of God, the love of God. That kind of seems like almost a theological or impersonal thing. Unless this has become practical and personal in your life to where it's real, it's tangible, it's living, then you're not going to really feel like it's yours, and you're certainly not going to know how to express that to somebody else that you care for and love.
No, it's very important because there's a lot of people walking around without that feeling. Mm-hmm. So how are they going to give to someone else from an empty
you can't
vessel?
Give away what you don't have yourself.
Right. So one more good thought for the listeners.
One more good thought for the listeners. Well, life as God intended is experiencing the outlived life of Jesus Christ and having a personal, intimate relationship moment by moment, day by day, to where it's the most exciting life, it's abundant life, and it's life that's worth living. So many people are just going through the routines of life, the grind of life, trying to make a living, and they're not really experiencing life. And so life as God intended is experiencing the one who has given us life, His life, and we're extending that to others.
And the joy of living.
Oh, absolutely.
There is a joy. There's supposed to be. There's so much happiness in nature, and we see it.
Yeah, the joy of the Lord is our strength.
Yeah. So it sounds good to me, Don. I want to thank you again and tell everybody one more time how to reach you.
So phone number is 772-563-0430, or you can reach us through our website at cross-life.org. And please check out my YouTube channel, Life as God Intended.
It's amazing. I want to thank you again, and I'm sure everybody appreciated learning about Cross Life Ministries right here in Vero Beach. Come to us and see Don there.
Thank you.
Thank you.